as far as MBA was concerned, they were speaking about numbers ranging from 160 to 170. But above 200 was something that even pollsters perhaps did not predict as far as Mahayuti's performance is concerned. And all this, just a couple of months after the Lok Sabha elections saw a defeat of sorts as far as Mahayuti is concerned. And we saw what happened to Devendra Fadnavis. Soon after Lok Sabha defeat, Devendra Fadnavis decided to resign as the Deputy Chief Minister. He wanted to concentrate on strengthening the organizational structure of the BJP and obviously, his resignation was not considered by the BJP top brass, but he continued to work for the organizational structure. And this time around, what was different from Lok Sabha is that, of course, there are unlikely alliances, unlikely parties within Mahayuti as well as within MVA. During Lok Sabha, there were a lot of disputes, bickering over seats, candidates. BJP as well as Shinde Sena announced candidates and seats in the last minute. That really cost them dear. Constitutional narrative by the Congress, that cost them dear. But this time they made sure that those narratives did not adversely impact Mahayuti, one. And secondly, they made sure that the candidate selection, the meetings, all of them happen in a very structured way and much before the election. So they were very careful in terms of planning for these elections, and certainly the campaigns and all the schemes seem to have worked wonderfully well as far as BJP, Shinde Sena and Ajit Pawar NCP are concerned.
Right. Thank you, Radhika. We'll keep coming back to you. Joyce, celebrations happening there at the BJP headquarters. We also have GVL Narasimha Rao from the BJP joining us. Thank you, Mr. Rao, for joining us on NDTV. The Mahayuti faced its worst setback in the state of Maharashtra in Lok Sabha elections 2024, winning just 17 out of 48 seats. But today the tables have been completely turned. Can you tell us what are the corrective measures that the BJP took, and also this welfare pitch? It seems like the BJP will no longer be able to blame the Congress for its guarantees, because welfare has also become your hallmark.
Yeah, good afternoon to you and all the viewers watching NDTV. First of all, we'd like to thank people of Maharashtra for giving us such a massive mandate. I think first let me explain the significance of this mandate. For over 4 decades, a magnitude of this magnitude has not been given by the people of Maharashtra. This is the largest seats tally for the BJP. This is the lowest tally for the Congress and the opposition. And the most important, the headline point is, there will not be any party which can really claim the leader of the opposition status in Maharashtra Assembly. Congress will fall in the same league as they have in Lok Sabha. For 10 years, they could not claim a leader of the opposition post. So this is the, and then we have polled close to 50% votes. Last time when we won the mandate in 2019 with Shiv Sena, we polled only 42%. Together this time we polled 50%. So a big big support from the public across segments, various sections and segments. I think in the recent elections we are seeing people cutting across the geographic divides, the demographic divides. They are voting for development, they are voting for Vikas, they are voting for welfare, and this is the welfare pitch of the BJP is different from that of the Congress, because for Congress welfare is deceit. They have only been making empty promises. They have done that. They have won elections in Karnataka, Telangana, Himachal, making such promises which they never fulfilled. On the contrary, BJP has fulfilled every promise that we have made. So that certainly there is a credibility gap for the Congress party, whereas the BJP under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji and the state leadership in Maharashtra has the credibility. Today, the Congress has plunged to its lowest ever tally because the Congress suffers a serious credibility question.
Okay, Mr. Rao, first of all, also congratulations, promises, given that, the BJP has performed remarkably well. Can we also expect the party to, to really align with the alliance dharma? But, this is politics, and given that the party may not really need 2 of the allies who have also not really performed that badly, what can you tell us about what is in store for the future? Because this is politics, and I'm sure this is also BJP's chance of making Maharashtra BJP Yukt, something that the state has not been in the last many years.
No, but between 2014 and 19, it was a BJP-led government with Mr. Fadnavis as the chief minister. So it's not that BJP had never led government in Maharashtra, but this time certainly the central leadership of the BJP, the parliamentary board of the BJP, in discussion with the state unit, will take a decision, and that will not be a problem at all. You've seen how BJP has been able to elect governments without any murmur. So certainly this is not, today is a day to understand and also to swallow the victory. And a government formation has never been difficult for the BJP. It will not be difficult now. It will certainly be a decision that will be collectively made by our parliamentary party in discussion with the state unit. But another important thing, today the Shiv Sena, the NCP, another major takeaway from today's election is people have decided which, you see, there has been a discussion all through this campaign that people might vote against Mahayuti because certain Shiv Sena split and NCP split. On the contrary, people have given legitimacy to the Shiv Sena led by Mr. Shinde and NCP led by Mr. Ajit Pawar. They have given legitimacy to them. They have clearly given their verdict that they consider them to be the real parties. And they have punished these parties, Shiv Sena particularly, for betraying the mandate of the people in 2019 and siding with the Congress party, which was defeated in 2019 polls. So this is a result against Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray's betrayal of the mandate of 2019, and it's certainly some sort of legitimizing. The constitutional authorities, election commission, Supreme Court have already given the legitimacy, but today people have put their stamp on it. So certainly in all respects, it's a huge victory for the Mahayuti and the biggest setback for the MBA ever.
Right, sir. Thank you, Mr. Rao, for joining us on NDTV. Quite a remarkable victory for your party. Congratulations on that. Going back to our guests, Aarti Jairath and Mayank Mishra. Mayank, you were saying you were talking about the big takeaways from this result.
It was one headline, stunning headline is stunning rejection of the Congress in Maharashtra, and I was going through some of the data. Undivided Shiv Sena had polled 16% votes. Now, if you combine the two factions together, it comes to around 23%. So everybody else has gained and Congress has lost. BJP remains intact. And second takeaway is, whoever has allied with BJP has pulled them up, right, whereas Congress has pulled everybody down. That is one. On Jharkhand, I would like to say, it is Hemant Soren's victory, not India Bloc's victory. Okay. Hemant Soren has gained 4 percentage points in terms of vote share, which is huge in a multi-corner contest. Everybody else stays either at the same level or has gone down, except JMM in Jharkhand. So it is not India Bloc's victory in Jharkhand, it is Hemant Soren's victory, and it is rejection of Congress in Maharashtra and BJP lifting all its allies.
The same thing happened in Kashmir with National Conference saying that, it was our victory and Congress's. Aarti Jairath, what would you say with the BJP actually surging ahead, registering this remarkable victory? Now what happens to Mr. Shinde and of course to Ajit Pawar? They have proved their utility, because if you look at numbers, 53 seats, Sena versus Sena, UBT-led faction is leading in 14, and Shiv Sena led by Shinde is leading on 38, which means that Shinde has actually performed very well. He's the face of the welfare, he's the Maratha face of the Mahayuti. What do you think is going to happen in the next few days?
So I think there's really not very much time. The new government has to be in place by the 26th of November. So swearing in ceremony by 25th, I think. So they've got just 2 days in which to take the decision. Now it depends on how the BJP decides to play this. Are they going to sort of settle for continuity, which was the mantra after the Lok Sabha elections, and coalition dharma? In which case, maybe Shinde will be the chief minister. Alternatively, they have several bargaining chips in their hands, actually. If you look at the numbers, they can form a government without Eknath Shinde, just, Ajit Pawar's faction and the BJP together. That's a bargaining chip, as far as Shinde is concerned. Secondly, they can also accommodate Shinde at the center. Like Shivraj Singh Chauhan in Madhya Pradesh, he was supposed to be the face of the Ladli Behna scheme, which is supposed to have won the BJP that election in Madhya Pradesh. Then they brought him to the center as the agriculture minister and gave him several other important, jobs. So they could accommodate Shinde here and make Devendra Fadnavis, the chief minister, because the BJP's tally is no question, it is the highest, their strike rate is the best. And while the allies played their part, I think he's right. It is the BJP that pulled the allies, up.
Yes.
So, that has to be acknowledged in some way. So, I think the decision really will rest partially on what Amit Shah and Narendra Modi decide. Amit Shah particularly, because he's been so deeply involved in the Maharashtra elections. And I think also on inputs from the RSS, which behind the scenes has played a fairly crucial role on the ground, to help the BJP, with this Samvidhan Yojana that they started, which was basically to counter the Lok Sabha campaign of the MVA, that these people were against the constitution and they'll take away your reservation and so on. So, but as I said, they don't have much time, so we will see a decision very soon. So hopefully none of those midnight dramas that we saw last time.
And the results are also interesting because, the satraps or regional leaders seem to have really done well regardless of, whichever party they come from, although most of them are from the BJP or Shinde-led Shiv Sena. And Jayant Patil, who is from NCP-CP, one of those tallest leaders. Dilip Valse Patil, somebody who worked very closely with Sharad Pawar, and Sharad Pawar, emotively campaigned against him. He is winning this time from Ammegaon. So clearly, a lot of it is also...
Right, sorry to interrupt there, but I believe we have Mr. Prakash Javadekar, who has joined us, senior BJP leader and former union minister, who is joining us live directly on the broadcast there. Mr. Javadekar, thank you so much for speaking to us here on NDTV. The big question, of course, congratulations, of course, on the decisive victory that BJP is seeing in Maharashtra and, of course, the NDA alliance in total. But everyone has that big question up now, like whether or not there's going to be a change as far as the chief minister is concerned of Maharashtra. Devendra Fadnavis is being seen as the comeback man. He is actually the person who has led the party from the front in the state, and whether or not he's going to be awarded with the top post in the state, that is the question on everyone's mind. So what would you say, what is your first reaction to this?
See, this is not the correct analogy. I will tell you, in 14, BJP was the single largest party and ruled for 5 years under Devendra Fadnavis on its own. Shiv Sena backed it. Then, in 19, Shiv Sena and BJP were in alliance, and people gave the same mandate, very good mandate. But Shiv Sena wanted chief ministership, so they went with the enemies of the alliance, and now they are repenting. They must repent, because people punish such acts. And what people have now, this is the third consecutive victory in a way, I will say. What people have seen that in 5 years they have seen 2 chief ministers, Uddhav Thackeray and Eknath Shinde. It is exactly negative and positive. So negative was Uddhav Thackeray's, when there was no development, when all the developments were stopped, and now is development and welfare both. That is very important. And one factor I must tell you, people reminded, Shiv Sena earlier in 19 ditched the people's verdict. So people are punished. That is the simple thing.
Right. I mean, of course, that is, we have heard Mr. GVL Narasimha Rao also before you talk about the fact that this is, of course, the entire alliance which has come together to deliver this sort of a win in the state. But there's, of course, a lot of curiosity around the
the question of the top post in the state, Vasudha, as we have in fact seen, that it is the best ever show that BJP has put up in Maharashtra by far.
Right. Mr. Javadekar, also one question for you, sir. There was a lot of emphasis on Karyakarta ka josh ya morale, because there was a belief, there was an understanding that in 2024 Lok Sabha elections, a lot of Karyakartas, a lot of workers, in fact, also those with the RSS did not really come out. That also led to the kind of results that we saw. What did you change with respect to working with party? Because this time all BJP leaders were very clear that though Eknath Shinde was being projected as the leader of the alliance, it was very clear that that's something that will be decided later. Was that also a strategy to ensure that every party brings out its supporters and workers in huge strength?
Strategy apart, but fact is that BJP is a 24/7 party. I have come to Delhi just to attend the yesterday's meeting, which is about organizational elections. We don't stop. And therefore, after Lok Sabha, from the very next day, Maharashtra Karyakartas, leaders and everybody started working hard, understanding what has gone wrong somewhere, and we found out many things, and many things were corrected also, and that is how things happen. People who are ready to think and learn always make progress, and people like Sanjay Raut who are never are ready to think again, introspect or accept the mandate, will always be on the wrong side of the things.
For joining us on this very important day. Also, congratulations on your party's victory. Also, apart from Maharashtra and Jharkhand, there were 42 bypolls that were held across the country. We will take you to one of them. Gurpreet joins us. Gurpreet, important bypolls that took place in Punjab, specifically the prestige seat of Gidarbaha, which saw the battle between Amrita Waring, the wife of Raja Waring, the state president of the Congress party, versus Manpreet Badal, the former finance minister of Punjab. He had actually taken a break of sorts from politics, and this is a comeback of sorts. Tell us what is happening there and also the significance of these bypolls.
Well, we have seen in 4 bypolls, three bypolls result have already been out, and what we have seen from the Congress stronghold, Dera Baba Nanak, Aam Aadmi Party is able to win, and from Chabbewal, Aam Aadmi Party has managed to win that 2 seats from there. But a stronghold of Aam Aadmi Party from Barnala, where they have lost that seat to Congress Party, and Congress Party was able to win. We are reporting from Gidarbaha at this point of time, and we are showing all the statistics and calculation how these rounds are happening here. So total 13 rounds are required, and 9 rounds have already been done, where we can see Amrita Waring, who is wife of Congress chief, she is able to get 36,561 votes, whereas Dimpy Dhillon, Hardeep Singh Dimpy Dhillon, who is the Aam Aadmi Party candidate, he has got 49,772 votes as of now. If we can talk about Manpreet till the time 9th round, he is able to win only 10,245 votes. And if we can talk about the margin, we can see 13,211 margin here in Gidarbaha, and this counting is already underway. It's a 9th round which has just been finished, but as of now we know this is the prestige battle here in Gidarbaha. One side we have seen the former finance minister Manpreet Badal, he was contesting from the BJP, whereas from Congress we have seen Congress chief's wife Amrita Waring, she is contesting from here, and Amrinder Singh Raja Waring was able to win this election multiple times, 3 times from the same constituency, but this time we have seen there is a lot of anti-incumbency against him, and Hardeep Dhillon, who has just joined from Akali Dal to Aam Aadmi Party, he is able to manage to win, and so far we are seeing these trends. We have seen he is leading from this Gidarbaha. So in Punjab, if we can talk about overall bypolls elections, elections, we have seen Aam Aadmi Party has already won from two constituencies, it's Chabbewal and Dera Baba Nanak, and from Barnala, the Congress candidate is able to win election from here, and from Giderba, the counting is still underway. So let's see, because these elections, by-poll elections, are very important for Aam Aadmi Party ruling government. It seems the way they have already got mandate, it seems from the way Aam Aadmi Party is leading from here, also Giderba, it seems Aam Aadmi Party is able to get mandate, and we have seen all the top leaders of Aam Aadmi Party, they are going to address their supporters and celebrating this victory of Punjab in national capital. So let's wait for more time to understand how this political calculation is going to happen in Giderba. Back to studio.
So comeback of sorts for Aam
For
Aadmi
Aam
Party.
Aadmi Party in Punjab there, yes.
Very critical, I think, because Delhi elections are coming up
Yes,
in February. So, you know, if they win 3 of the 4 seats, it's going to be a big morale booster for Aam Aadmi Party, which is pretty much down in the dumps
Absolutely.
after all its top leaders have gone behind bars.
And I can notice one more trend. After 2019, BJP lost votes and seats in all assembly elections, most assembly elections. Now, this time there has been a trend reversal of sorts. In Haryana, we saw BJP
Yes.
making a comeback huge comeback in Maharashtra, and BJP did not do so badly in
Yes.
Jharkhand. And now Aam Aadmi Party reversing its Lok
So we used to
Sabha
think that
losses.
BJP performs very well only in Lok Sabha elections. On that trend is getting reversed because they're performing better in assembly polls. Also, let's go across to Ratnadeep, my colleague. Ratnadeep, tell us about these important by-polls that took place in the state of Assam. 5 by-polls. Himanta Biswa Sharma found time to campaign despite being the Jharkhand in charge. And also the importance of Gaurav Gogoi, the significance of these by-polls with respect to the kind of prestige that is attached to both Mr. Sharma and also to Mr. Gogoi.
That's right. In fact, as we speak, the counting is underway. There were 5 seats for which bypolls have taken place, of which in the assembly elections of Assam, 4 were with the BJP and allies and 1 with Congress. And that 1 seat is Samaguri, where in the run-up to the polls, we saw massive pre-poll violence. There was death of 1 person. And Samaguri is a seat, remember, which is a strong hold of the Congress since 2001. Congress has never lost there. Congress heavyweight Rakibul Hussain, a former minister, this time chose to contest the Lok Sabha election and won with one of the highest margin in the country. And this time in the bypolls, his son Tanzil Hussain is making his electoral debut. He is just 26-year-old, and at this moment till round 4, Tanzil Hussain was leading with about 4,000 votes. But from round 8 onwards, the BJP candidate is closing on that gap. Remember, BJP has tried a lot in terms of the campaign to try to win this seat, which is a Muslim majority seat in Assam, Congress stronghold. In the other seat, Bihali, where Gaurav Gogoi had campaigned for Congress has actually lost that seat. BJP has been able to retain that seat, so that has been a setback for Gaurav Gogoi, who is seen now as the emerging face of Congress in Assam. The BJP is leading in another seat, which is Dholai, which it was its MLA who was elected in the last election, and its allies AGP and UPPL are also leading in 2 other seats. So at this moment, BJP and allies are leading. BJP has won 1 seat and 3 seats. Its allies and BJP is leading, and Congress is leading in 1. However, let me tell you, this election was one election after 2016 Assam Assembly election, when BJP came to power for the first time in Assam. That the campaign of the party in Assam was not led by Himanta Biswa Sharma because he was busy in Jharkhand. Perhaps the Jharkhand result would be also a setback for Mr. Sharma. Remember, ever since Mr. Sharma delivered Assam elections for the BJP in 2016 and subsequently helped BJP and BJP allies to form governments in several states in Northeast, his services were taken for states like Odisha, where the BJP had done well, and this time he was given, he was made the co-in-charge for Jharkhand, where the BJP, however, could not as of now is trailing. So this might be a setback for Mr. Sharma. But having said that, there is good news in neighboring Meghalaya, where Chief Minister Conrad Sangma's wife, Mehtab Chandi Sangma, who made her electoral debut in the by-election in Gambagre seat, she has won her seat. So this is going to be a good news for the ruling NPP in Meghalaya.
Right. Ratnadeep there. Thank you so much for joining us with that update of the Northeast bypolls, the bypolls which are taking place in Assam and Meghalaya there. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm also being joined by Mr. Arshpreet Karyal of the Congress Party. Mr. Karyal, thank you so much for joining us here on the broadcast on NDTV. Even till yesterday, there were murmurs being made by several people from your party that Congress would be leading the MVA in terms if they get a favorable result in the Maharashtra elections today. But now we can see that Congress has actually registered probably its worst performance.
It is the worst.
It is the worst performance that we are seeing coming in from Congress in Maharashtra. So do you think, and there have already been a lot of questions being raised about the way Congress managed its campaign, both in Maharashtra as well as in Jharkhand. So in hindsight, do you think more effort needed to have been put in by the Congress leadership in the battleground state?
Well, a couple of things to that. First and foremost, the Bharatiya Janata Party is one a state and India Alliance one another state. So it's 1-1. Let's see it for what it is. Number two, the Bharatiya Janata Party has registered Guinness Book of World Records record as in the maximum number of malpractices have been witnessed in this election. We all saw how the General Secretary of the Bharatiya Janata Party, there's a BJP spokesperson here, he should tell us, was Mr. Vinod Tavade caught on camera influencing votes, distributing money, or was he not? Number two, the Operation Lotuses that have taken place under the BJP regime, everybody's witnessed that. Number three, the misusage of the agencies, whether it be the IT, the ED, the CBI, we've all seen how the arm twisting happened and how all the complaints that went vis-a-vis the violation of the Model Code of Conduct, all of them went unaddressed. We did not get any substantial action taken against any BJP leaders that were violating it. And these things have been caught on camera. Despite that, there's been no action, number one. Number two, it's very important for the Bharatiya Janata Party, if there's a BJP spokesperson, to tell, could you please enlist 5 things that the BJP has done in the last couple of years, the MAHA has done in the last couple of years in Maharashtra? 5 things they could not tell. I've been asking spokespersons of the BJP and they could not enlist 5 things. And number two,
Arshpreet,
now that they are
back-to-back defeats both in Haryana, then Maharashtra, and of course even in Punjab, which is where you come from, it's the Aam Aadmi Party that's surging ahead in 3 seats. Congress, of course, is leading in 1. Don't you think all of this is in a way sort of really problematic for the party and for its workers?
Not really. See, winning and losing is a part and parcel of the game. What matters is the people's work should be done. And the question here is, will the 15 lakhs be given? Will the 2 crore jobs a year that the BJP promised would be given? Will the doubling of farmers' income by 2022, which was supposed to happen 2 years ago, will happen now? Will the inflation decrease? The diesel, petrol, dal, dahi, doodh, paneer and whatnot, will the prices come down? Will the rupee be better as compared to the value it has against the dollar? All these things are what is what matters to the people of India. Winning and losing of a political party is irrelevant to the people. They want their work done. They want to be able to sustain themselves. They want good governance. And the BJP has not been able to do that. And the question is, now that you have won this, now that you have won Maharashtra, will you be doing the promises you made a couple of years ago? Because you made new promises. Number two, you talked of Haryana. In Haryana, the vote percentage was 39%. And if the Bharatiya Janata Party had won Haryana, at the same time, India Alliance had won Jammu and Kashmir. If this time the Bharatiya Janata Party has won Maharashtra, India Alliance has won Jharkhand. And in the other states, the bypolls, we have swept Karnataka bypolls. Everybody's seen that. We have swept it. And the BJP's questions, the allegations that they were leveling against our government, all of them have gone out of the window. And very soon you will see that the other seats, the other bypolls where we have either won or where we are leading, the Congress party will make a significant development in all the other bypolls which are happening. In totality, if we were to talk of the results in Maharashtra, in Assam we have won 1. In Gujarat, 1, Karnataka, 3, Kerala, 1 with a massive lead, lakhs. There's a margin and there's a difference of lakhs of votes. In Punjab, there's 1. In Rajasthan, there's 1. In Jharkhand, there's 15, and so on and so forth. So basically, the fact of the matter remains that will the Bharatiya Janata Party start delivering on their promises, or will they keep on coming up with hollow promises and hollow hollow statements?
That's an important point. Thank you, Ashpreet, for joining us with your views. Aarti Jairat, what happens now? Because 2024 Lok Sabha elections, we saw a different sentiment, but now clearly that blemish of 2024 is going to be forgotten, because that will be seen as an aberration. It's the Haryana mood, it's the Maharashtra mood that is going to be there, that's going to be projected by the BJP as mood of the nation. Also, what explains this massive victories? I saw this in Gujarat, 156 seats. We've seen that in UP in the past, not this time of course, and then Haryana and now this. So what explains so many people voting for one party?
Well, if we look at the strategy of the BJP in the Lok Sabha polls and the strategy they adopted both for Haryana and Maharashtra, the Lok Sabha polls were all about one man. He actually led the show, and nobody else was given any kind of space. In fact, Yogi Adityanath's big complaint was that he was not given a say in the polls in UP, which is why the BJP did so badly in UP. This time, the BJP went back to its roots, which is letting local leaders, take front stage. This is what the BJP has always been about. The old Vajpayee-Advani BJP was about nurturing and letting local leaders flourish. All the people you see today started with Narendra Modi, whether it was Vasundhara Raje, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Sushma Swaraj, Arun Jaitley, they just, they nurtured and developed younger leaders, local leaders, and that was the party's biggest strength. I think it kind of lost its way somehow during the Lok Sabha elections, and I think it is now going back to its roots. And if you saw that in the Maharashtra elections, both Modi and Shah didn't address as many rallies as they used to. Yeah. In Haryana also the same thing. So they forefronted their local leaders, and I think that really helped, which is probably why this time they're doing better in local elections rather than earlier when they used to win the national elections, but they didn't do so well in local elections.
So that is the beauty of BJP.
Yeah.
Despite being the incumbent for 10 years, successful people are expected to be least flexible, but BJP is most flexible party we have known in years. They always change their strategy, whereas in the case of Congress, and we heard the spokesperson, they blame everybody except themselves. See, same agencies worked in Maharashtra, same agencies worked in Jharkhand and elsewhere, in Wayanad also, and we have different outcomes. Why can't they understand that people have rejected them in some places, they have accepted them because of different issues altogether? So brushing everything under one carpet and saying that agencies are to be blamed, this is...
But again, to go back to this issue of local leaders, the only place where the Congress is doing well actually is Karnataka, where they're winning 2 of the 3 bypolls, and that's because that's one state where they still have strong local leaders.
An organization.
And an organization. Yeah. Everywhere else, Maharashtra, for instance, they've lost everybody. Either they have passed on because they were too old, or people like Ashok Chavan have left, right. And they don't have local leaders left. So, I think really the BJP, Congress needs to learn some lessons from the BJP about the flexibility, adaptability, reading the mood on the ground, and, when necessary, push your local leaders forward, when necessary, push your national leaders forward.
Ma'am, on that aspect of local leaders being at the forefront, another important thing which is of course coming out is the legacy war that everyone was talking about. How Uddhav and Sharad Pawar had the sympathy wave in their favor in the Lok Sabha elections, and the tables seem to have turned this time around. So in terms of these 2 big political stalwarts in Maharashtra, this mandate, what would it mean for their future career?
Well, honestly, for me, the biggest shock in Maharashtra is not the poor performance of the Congress, because I really wasn't expecting the Congress to perform well, when challenged by the BJP. For me, the really big story is Sharad Pawar's complete eclipse in these elections. In his home turf of Western Maharashtra, his nephew's party, breakaway party, has done better than him. Absolutely. He has dominated Maharashtra politics for 4 decades. For me, this is, and he had said this is his last election. So it's
Right.
his eclipse, and maybe the eclipse of the NCP, because I really don't know who can take his legacy forward now that, you know, Ajit Pawar seems to be in the driver's seat as far as NCP is concerned. So yeah, I mean, this is the most shocking story, and you know, it's also very. It'll have an impact on the India alliance, because you know Sharad Pawar was a major strategist for India through the Lok Sabha polls. Now with his eclipse and his failing health and his age and everything,
Right.
I mean, they don't really have anybody left anymore to, you know, do a kind of national strategy for them.
Right. Asif Pamla of the BJP also joins us. Asif, when it comes to, Asif, first of all, thank you so much for joining us. Also, congratulations. I was looking
Thank you. It's a good day for us.
Yes, I was looking.
Thank you to all the media people as well for you know, bearing us at many times of challenges as well. Thank you.
Okay, sir, I was looking at some numbers, but before that, tell me, is Devendra Fadnavis becoming the chief minister, or is it going to be Eknath Shinde?
वेल अभी थोड़ा सा सस्पेंस भी रखना चाहिए ना. सारी बातें आप लोग को अभी बोल देंगे तो क्या फिर आप लोग हमें बुलाना ही बंद कर दोगे. But in all possibilities, it looks like he's on the driving seat. And it's not that he's on the driving seat now. He was always on the driving seat. I mean, if you know, in the last time, in the last time we got the mandate for 5 years. But apparently हमारे पीठ पे खंजर पोपा गया था और उन्होंने जाकर अपना अलायंस तैयार किया. 2.5 साल, all the progress of the state, all the infrastructure projects, all were pushed to the back burner just to show Devendra ji down. And of course, after 2.5 years, when they themselves, being in the ruling, their own people left them and went away. And they preferred to join us not being in power. And when we came in power, we got the trail back. But then again, after that Lok Sabha came, and after Lok Sabha's victory, they saw no end to themselves. And to an extent that they were so trumpet about the fact, although देखिए क्या झूठ ज्यादा टिकता नहीं है. आपने संविधान की बात की, वही किताब जिसके अंदर पन्नों में कोई संविधान के बारे में जानकारी नहीं, आप वो दिखाते रहे. मराठा आरक्षण बरगलाते रहे आप. तो ये चीजें जो है उस समय उन्हें बहुत फायदा हुआ. एक्सेप्ट दैट वी इन ऑल ह्यूमिलिटी वी एक्सेप्टेड आवर डिफीट. लेकिन आज वो फिर से मौका आया. और यही नहीं, 2.5 साल में देवेंद्र जी ने वो कहते हैं ना, गम खाकर, a man who's been a successful, वो कहते हैं development Fadnavis in his time for 5 years had to go as a deputy chief minister. No, he was not interested to even come into the chair. But the party gave him, and with all the huge numbers that we had, we went and we compromised. No, that was in the interest of the state. और यही लोकसभा के बाद आपने देखा इनके तासुरात क्या हो गए. यही लाडकी बहन योजना जो हमने लाई,
लाडकी बहन योजना, which is being seen as the reason, one of the most important reasons.
Give me 10 seconds on that.
Yes.
That was what passed. तो इतना हुआ, रेवड़ियां बांटी जा रही है. अरे नेशनल एक्सचेकर पे इतना प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. Where do we get all the money from? और तुरंत you take a U-turn on that and say no. They give you 1,500. Now we will give you 3,000 rupees.
Right.
So तब नेशनल एक्सचेकर पे भार नहीं होगा स्टेट एक्सचेंज.
Right. Asif ji, valid point there, but देखिए, you know, ये जो लाडकी बहन योजना थी, you know, which is being seen as one of the reasons for your win, उसका जो face था, the face of that was also Eknath Shinde. आपको लगता है कि you know, the Mahayuti alliance will also remain collective, you know, और सबकी utility जो है will be taken into account when decisions of the government you know, are being taken, and also उसमें भी you don't have too much time because the government has to be in place by the 26th.
देखिए, महायुति की अगर आप बात करें तो you come back again. Sorry, I just got a little airy with the question.
I'm saying that the face
about Eknath Shinde. Yes, of course. We are all together. Eknath ji ho, हम हो. We are not like the शिवसेना. आपस में उनके ही, अगर आप देखो तो परिणीति शिंदे के वहां शिवसेना के लोग उनके बैनर फाड़ रहे हैं. तो ये भूमिका हमारे तीनों लाइन में, दो भी had lot of differences also, but we never had a situation like that. And let me tell you, लाडकी बहन का संकल्प मध्य प्रदेश से भारतीय जनता पार्टी का एक कामयाब कैंपेन रहा जिसका एंड रीच लोगों को रहना जरूरी है। आप स्कीम्स बहुत लाते हो लेकिन it doesn't reach to the end person. If you see, all the Mahilas had a smile on the face when they went to the election. I remember in Bandra I stay when we went for the campaigning of Ashish Shelar ji, अब महिलाएं कहती थी अबे आप क्यों आ रहे हो हमारे दरवाजे पे, आपने अपना काम कर दिया, अब हमें अपना काम करने दीजिए, हम आपको दिखलाएंगे। और आज उन्होंने चमत्कार दिखाया है। That's why it's women's first, and I'm happy that you are interviewing us and you are there on heading this debate also. So this is the Ladki Behan charm and the charisma that was well crafted, and not only that, we also understood the mood on the ground. We didn't live in the denial, which of course Mahavikas Aghadi lived in, like a Sanjay Raut coming in the morning and blabbering, from all the worst thing. We said, हमें तो पार्टी से भी आदेश दिया गया था कि भाई एज अ स्पोक्स पर्सन आपने संयमता बरतनी चाहिए, आपने ये नहीं कहना कि कौन सीएम बनेगा। दैट्स ऑन, हमें महाराष्ट्र चाहिए, महाराष्ट्र की प्रगति होनी चाहिए, सीएम अभी जो भी हो वो आला कमान और पार्लियामेंट्री वोट तय करे।
राइट, यू वांटेड टू कम इन एट द पॉइंट।
सर ये बताइए, चीफ मिनिस्टर के नाम पे सस्पेंस रखा जाए आपको जब होगा सुविधा, लेकिन ये अरेंजमेंट है कि एक चीफ मिनिस्टर और 2 डेप्यूटी चीफ मिनिस्टर, ये अरेंजमेंट रहेगा इस बार मैंडेट एकदम से इस मैंडेट के बाद?
देखिए आज का दिन तो बहुत ही खुशी का दिन है, तो हम बड़े खुश मिजाज हैं, और आगे क्या होगा वो कोई इतना अहमियत रखेगा जरूर कल के बाद। लेकिन आज तो मैं स्वयं पार्टी ऑफिस जा रहा हूँ 4 बजे, देवेंद्र जी आ रहे हैं वहां, तो बड़ा जोश खरोश और जोश उल्लास से हम आज के दिन को, क्योंकि मेहनत भी इतनी लगी हम सबकी। देखिए हमने जो वो कहते हैं ना, जब हम हारते हैं तो हम इंट्रोस्पेक्शन करते हैं। लोकसभा में हमारी जो हार थी उसका हमें बड़ा खेद और दुख रहा, और हमने यातायात उस पर हर दिन काम किया। और देखिए आप युवा हो, महिला हो, अपना किसान हो, लाभार्थी हो, सबको हमने साथ लेकर चलने का एक प्रण लिया कि नहीं, ऐसा कोई we didn't leave any stone unturned to reach to a magic figure.
Absolutely, Asif Bamla ji, thank you so much for joining us.
That is the blessings that the blessings that Maharashtra, my Ladki Behna, and all of us given us
Yes, sir.
in the
Congratulations.
form of coming back to power. Thank you.
Yes.
Right, that was Asif Bamla there of the BJP, of course. Let's also turn our focus to one of the states which saw very crucial bypolls taking place, and that is, of course, the state of Uttar Pradesh, in which the BJP seems to have stolen a march ahead of the Samajwadi Party. And I have my colleague Ranbir, who is standing by to give us the latest. So, Ranbir, it's the BJP which is leading in in most of the 9 constituencies which had in fact had the bypolls earlier this week. Yes.
BJP is leading on 7 seats out of 9, and 2 Samajwadi Party is winning 2. Karhal and Sisamova of Kanpur. So the ratio between BJP and Samajwadi Party is 7:2, and that ratio is expected because exit poll says that the situation is that BJP can win 6 to 7 seats, and today after the trends we can say that BJP is in condition to win at least 7 seats out of 9. So it's a setback for Samajwadi Party because in 2022 Samajwadi Party won 4 out of these 9 seats, and this time it shrinks to 2. So the number, one is Karhal, from where Akhilesh Yadav was MLA in 2022, but now it's time for Tej Pratap Yadav, who is winning from Karhal seat, and another one is Sisamova of Kanpur, where Naseem Solanki, she has almost won that seat by around 8,500 votes, and rest of the 7 seats including Ghaziabad, Khair, Kundarki, and the most interesting one is Kundarki because at least 65% voters are Muslim community, and BJP is winning that seat by at least margin of more than 90,000. So that is very interesting seat. And if we talk about Majhwa, if we talk about Katehri, if we talk about Phulpur, all these seats, BJP is in a condition to win these seats. So the ratio between BJP and Samajwadi Party is 7:2, and that's
Right.
a setback for obviously for Samajwadi Party.
So the bypolls of UP being seen as a semi-finals before the 2027 assembly polls, also seen as a test of the sentiment that existed in UP, where the BJP faced a setback in 2024 Lok Sabha elections, to know if that sentiment actually existed, because that's when Sapa Samajwadi Party got 39 seats, reducing the BJP to 31 seats, so clearly 27 seats. So clearly this was an important set of elections. Also in Maharashtra, like we know, while the BJP and the Mahayuti focused a lot on micromanagement, there was also a trend. There were also many leaders, top leaders, addressing public rallies in various parts of the states, very strategically designed program, in which what we understand is that the Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed around
11 rallies, and
in which the strike rate has been 82, which is where the Mahayuti has won about 9 out of 11 seats that he addressed, and
areas,
so the strike rate is around 82%. For Rahul Gandhi, he addressed around 7 rallies, in which the Maha Vikas Aghadi has won 1 seat, which means the strike rate is around 14%.
Right. And let's also take a look at other leaders there. JP Nadda there's 3 out of 3, which means in all the areas that he campaigned, BJP has in fact won all the 3 seats where JP Nadda campaigned, the BJP president there. Also, let's take a look at Amit Shah's strike rate, 93%, which means out of the 15 seats, the regions that Amit Shah campaigned, BJP has managed to win 14 out of those 15 seats.
And Amit Shah was the BJP leader who addressed the maximum rallies, because he had taken this as a personal project for himself, both Haryana and Maharashtra.
Yeah, let's shift focus away from the BJP leaders. If we look at the MVA and its performance in Maharashtra, Priyanka Gandhi, out of the 5 seats, the regions where Priyanka Gandhi had in fact campaigned, Congress has managed to win 2 out of those 5 seats, the strike rate of 40%.
In fact, her last rally was in Vidarbha, which is where the Congress has performed the worst. Ajit Pawar, Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, he addressed around 36 rallies. In fact, that was, credited to him, because he visited apparently every village in the sugar belt bastions, and the strike rate has come to 67%. In some ways, also responsible to the 31 seats that his party is leading out of the 41 direct contest with his uncle's party.
That's right. So interesting data there. Also, let's take a look at Uddhav. Right, we'll have to cut across live now to Uttar Pradesh, where Dimple Yadav is speaking.
अभी हम सफाई में है, करहल में जिस तरह से शुरू से ही बढ़त बनाए हुए हैं, क्या लगता है कि क्योंकि 27 का एक तरीके से सेमीफाइनल इस तरह से माना जा रहा है कि आगे देखा जाए?
नहीं, अच्छा है, क्योंकि जहां यहाँ पे प्रशासन ने और जहां भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोगों को खुली छूट दी गई कि मतदान के दिन वो घूमें, और बाहर से भी दूसरी विधानसभा से भी लोग आके गाड़ियों में यहाँ घूम रहे थे, और जहां 3 या 4 गाड़ी चलने की अनुमति होती है, वहाँ पे 10-10 गाड़ियां लेके लोग चल रहे थे, और जिस प्रकार से पूरा माहौल रहा, उसके बावजूद भी समाजवादी पार्टी का जो परफॉर्मेंस रहा है वो सही रहा है।
लगता है अभी और सीटें आ सकती हैं, कई राउंड बाकी।
हाँ, मैं समझती हूँ कि हम लोग अनुमान लगा रहे हैं कि 4 सीटों पे हम लोग अभी भी जीत सकते हैं।
थैंक यू
सो मच।
Right, so
Dimple Yadav there alleging that the BJP had a free hand. In fact, also suggesting that it's the UP police's role that was instrumental in BJP actually leading in 7 out of 9 seats. Remember, 5 of those seats were won by the Samajwadi Party earlier. Those are details about the bypolls that were held across the country. But of course, all eyes are on Maharashtra and Jharkhand, even as Mahayuti in Maharashtra is all poised for a comfortable victory, a sweep, never seen sweep before in the state of Maharashtra, even as Hemant Soren is all likely to come back as the Chief Minister of Jharkhand.
Right, and at this moment we'll head into a short break, but Ankit Tyagi coming up on the other side. Stay tuned.
Hey Google, how do I do a wing liner? AI Ray. Flip the script with the new Motorola Razr 50 series.
Hello, Moto. भाई इतनी बड़ी टाइल,
इतनी बड़ी बड़ी हिट्स आप लोगों ने मुझे दी हैं। टाइल्स तो बड़े होने चाहिए। सुमानी मैक्स टाइल्स, टाइलों का सबसे बड़ा भाई। सुमानी मैक्स टाइल्स, जमीन से जुड़े।
Catch the next Indian icons. B6E and XEV90, Mahindra's electric origin SUVs at Unlimit India on the 26th of November at 6 p.m.
भाई साहब एक पंप देना। ये लीजिए। ओरिजिनल वाला दीजिए, वो जो है सदियों पुराना, वो जिसपे है सबका भरोसा।
ये लीजिए किर्लोस्कर ब्रदर्स इंडिया का ओरिजिनल पंप,
क्योंकि यही है सदियों से भारत का भरोसा।
सदियों से भारत का भरोसा, किर्लोस्कर ब्रदर्स लिमिटेड। Being real suits you. Wedding collection by Blackberries.
भाई इतनी बड़ी टाइल,
इतनी बड़ी बड़ी हिट्स आप लोगों ने मुझे दी हैं। टाइल्स तो बड़े होने चाहिए। सुमानी मैक्स टाइल्स, टाइलों का सबसे बड़ा भाई। सुमानी मैक्स टाइल्स, जमीन से जुड़े।
In the India Today Best Universities 2023 survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi and National Law School Bengaluru.
This is NDTV and you're watching NDTV 24/7.
Hello and welcome to NDTV, our continuous coverage of the last election result day of 2024. And how has this day turned out to be? A massive landslide, something that we have not seen in Maharashtra probably since 1995. The kind of victory that the BJP-led Mahajuti alliance is enjoying at this moment, and all those dolls and the lovely dance moves that you are seeing on your screens are the BJP and Shiv Sena Shinde supporters celebrating the massive victory. It's not, in fact, ladies and gentlemen, something that you call a wave. It's an absolute tsunami that has hit Maharashtra in favor of the BJP and the Mahajuti at this moment. The MVA, the opposition alliance, relegated to just 55 seats. On the other hand, some good news coming in there for the India alliance from Jharkhand, where Hemant Soren is making a comeback in the state. We'll get you all the details. I'm Ankit Tyagi. Let's quickly take a look at the headlines. Mahajuti landslide in Maharashtra. Saffron surge drowns Mahavikas Aghadi. Celebrations erupt as the NDA camp is all set to sweep the elections in the significant state of Maharashtra. BJP's best ever show with a phenomenal strike rate. 124 leads out of 149. The BJP contested Devendra Fadnavis, the ultimate comeback man, now has his eyes all set to become the Chief Minister of Maharashtra for the third time. Big victory for the India bloc in Jharkhand as voters reject NDA's infiltrators campaign. Hemant Soren defies anti-incumbency, set to win another term in the state. It will be the third Gandhi in the parliament with the victory of Priyanka Gandhi Vadra at the Wayanad by-polls. Stunning debut for Priyanka Gandhi, surpasses Rahul Gandhi's victory margin. TMC's massive sweep in first by-polls after RG Kar case. TMC wins 3 seats and leads in the other 3 in the state of West Bengal. Yogi Adityanath firmly in lead in Uttar Pradesh, leads 6 seats out of 9 in Punjab. The ruling Aam Aadmi Party is leading on 3 and the Congress on 1. Ladies and gentlemen, the most significant state of Maharashtra has fallen to the BJP. The incumbents are coming back, and with this, a lot of questions that were being asked about who's the real Shiv Sena, who's the real NCP. Probably these elections have answered those questions. But what a turnaround has this been in the state of Maharashtra in just 5 months, from 2024 Lok Sabha election, where the BJP was stunned by the margin of the victory of the opposition alliance and possibly went back to the drawing board. And then, of course, the Ladki Behan Yojana coming in and making sure that the Bharatiya Janata Party is home in style, romping home in style, with Devendra Fadnavis now, in fact, eyeing a third term as the chief minister. I mean, these visuals are of celebrations across, in fact, in the state of Maharashtra, where the BJP has won, even in areas where the Bharatiya Janata Party traditionally found itself on a weaker wicket. Marathwada, Vidarbha, the Bharatiya Janata Party, which was absolutely clean bowled in the 2024 elections of Lok Sabha, has made a stunning comeback. And one of the big winners is the man of the moment at this moment, the man that you see on your screens, Eknath Shinde, the, in fact, chief minister. He has won and possibly has answered a lot of questions about his legitimacy and his claim as far as the Shiv Sena is concerned. Let me very quickly go across to my colleague Radhika, who is joining us at this moment. There is, we'll also talk about the bypolls and also the state of Jharkhand. The solace there coming in for the India Alliance in the state of Jharkhand, where Hemant Soren is making a comeback. Prabhakar is joining us from there. Radhika, coming to you. Celebrations have just begun. It is going to be a long day of celebrations for the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Okay, I'm not able to hear your question, but I can show you the scenes around. It is very, very loud here, but certainly celebratory. In fact, celebrations are peaking outside BJP office. As you can see, doles and drums. People are dancing all around. There is saffron wave throughout outside the BJP office here. Top leaders have already started coming in there inside, holding meetings. After some time, we'll see Devendra Fadnavis also holding a press conference. We know for a fact that in Varsha, there is going to be a joint press conference of Chief Minister Eknath Shinde as well as Devendra Fadnavis and Ajit Pawar, post which celebrations will turn to BJP office here, and multiple activities, celebrations, firecrackers, saffron flag, BJP flag all around. And we've been, speaking to several of the Karyakartas here. Of course, they are ecstatic. Several candidates, leaders have already started coming here. Winning candidates will also be felicitated in a bit. I have some women Karyakartas here. Ma'am, आप बताइए विक्ट्री के बारे में. इतना एक्सपेक्ट किया था ऐसे मार्जिन विक्ट्री?
हम लोगों ने तो एक्सपेक्ट किया था. हमें पता था कि लाड़की बहन हमें साथ देगी और जरूर साथ देगी.
लाड़की बहन योजना ने बहुत अच्छा काम किया है और हम आगे भी सपोर्ट करेंगे उनको, इसलिए हमें उन्होंने सपोर्ट किया है इस पर. क्या फैक्टर्स, व्हाट फैक्टर्स वर्क फॉर बीजेपी? बटेंगे तो कटेंगे मुद्दा और लाड़की बहन दोनों ने कमाल कर दिया है. बटेंगे तो कटेंगे campaign as well as लाड़की बहन, that's what has worked for the BJP, is what these Karyakarta are telling us. But a lot of factors did work. We know for a fact that post Lok Sabha defeat, BJP had been very careful in terms of projecting itself as a party, in terms of projecting itself as a coalition, alliance in itself. We saw all kinds of schemes being launched, not just Ladki Behan, but multiple other schemes for youth, farmers, senior citizens, and then of course the campaigns such as Ek Hai To Safe Hai and so on. Besides that, the development projects, we know for a fact that over the last 6 months especially, there have been multiple infrastructure development projects in Thane, Konkan, especially in Mumbai, be it the coastal road, be it metro. So all that has in a way contributed. Even when we spoke to voters, they just had to speak about the infrastructure development project that has made their lives easy. And of course, Ladki Behan, that has changed the lives of lakhs and lakhs of women, especially in rural parts of Maharashtra. I'm not able to hear you clearly at all. It's very, very loud here. But in in a bit from now, all the top leaders of the BJP and, of course, leaders from Mahayuti will be descending to address the media, to celebrate along with winning candidates, and that will happen in just a bit. Of course, this is a landslide victory, no doubt, as far as Mahayuti is concerned, unprecedented, and something that even the BJP or even the Mahayuti did not expect.
Absolutely, it's beyond expectations of many. The margin of this victory, 227 place 56 of the Maha Vikas Aghadi for the Mahayuti. All the components of this alliance firing all cylinders with the BJP, of course, over 127 leads that they have at this moment. But for a moment, ladies and gentlemen, let's just take a breather from Maharashtra, and where of course overwhelming emotions for the winners and the losers. But let's just take a look at Jharkhand as well. That's the other big state. The last, as I said, of the 2024 election results, and Jharkhand also, the incumbent is making a comeback. Here also, what we are seeing, out of 81, 55, by no means, I mean, of course, both the states in geography, in the strength of their assembly are different, but make no mistake, out of 81, if you are getting 55, this alliance is also winning big. Prabhakar, massive victory there for Hemant Soren-led alliance, and Hemant Soren firmly puts himself in the driving seat. He is, make no mistake about the fact, the biggest tribal leader in this country at this moment. All the sympathy, along with the Maya Saman Yojana, seem to have working for Hemant Soren.
Yeah, indeed he is. Indeed, he is one of the tallest tribal leaders, and especially after this victory, he becomes one. He becomes even taller. And remember, he has created a political history of his sort, because this is the first time an incumbent government is coming back to power. This is the Chief Minister house. He is the man of the moment. The man himself is parked there. He is parked with the family, and we are just waiting for him to walk out maybe a few hours from now. He is actually waiting for the scores to settle down, and then probably he will be coming face to face with the media. Now, the reasons what actually worked for him on the ground, because we were speculating for last 1 month regarding the Bangladeshi illegal immigration issue, which the BJP was raising time and again. Batoge to Katoge was the narrative by BJP on ground. But whether these things were working for BJP on the ground, we were speculating about it. Now it is clear that it did not work for BJP. BJP was not able to A, dent into the tribal vote bank, B, it was the woman factor which worked in favor of JMM, because they had floated a scheme called Maya Saman Yojana, where the women folks were given 1,000 rupees monthly stipend, and JMM has promised that stipend would be increased to 2,500 rupees if they are voted back to power, and now they are voted back to power. And most importantly, what the JMM cadres feel on the ground, and even BJP leaders used to concede, that sending Hemant Soren into prison on a corruption charge was a bad decision actually, because that backfired. He was a tribal leader, he was a chief minister, he was an elected chief minister, and BJP people believe, the message to the tribals were that this was BJP which was victimizing him, and he was sent behind bars. So the BJP was not able to tolerate even one tribal chief minister in the country.
And even in the very important Santa Kolan area, where even for Champai Soren, who defected from the JMM, went to the NDA, even in that point of time, he has not been able to create any impact for the Bharatiya Janata Party. I mean, it just seems that the tribals have firmly gone with Hemant Soren. They have accepted him as the leader. Even the defectors have not been able to work for the NDA here.
Not really, because Champai Soren, remember, is a localized factor, because we know about him, we talk about him because he became the chief minister here. Otherwise, Champai Soren basically is a leader in the Kolhan region. Now, talking about tribals, see, it's the Shibu Soren who is the tallest tribal leader out here. And remember, Jharkhand is one state where if tribals don't vote for you, you can't ever actually dream of coming to the power. So Shibu Soren is the man actually, and the baton has been handed over to Hemant Soren. Hemant Soren has successfully taken over the baton. So now the Soren family, I would say, is the tallest leader as far as the tribals are concerned, and they still associate themselves with the Soren family, and that has this time again been proven on the ground. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhakar, for joining us with all those details. What a day has this been. It seems for the opposition alliance, 55 is the magic number. Whether they are winning or losing in Maharashtra, they are at 55, and they are losing in Jharkhand, it's 55, where they are winning at this moment. So they are stuck with 55 on this election day. Prabhakar, thanks for joining us. Let me very quickly get a word in from Sam Daniel as well. Sam has been keeping a close eye on Wayanad. Wayanad, Sam, in many ways was a given result. I mean, it was expected that Priyanka Gandhi is going to win, but the margin was something that people were talking about. Massive victory for Priyanka Gandhi, and probably Wayanad is the only place where the Congress put in all their energies more than even Maharashtra or Jharkhand, and the result is there for us to see.
That's right, Ankit. Her victory was a kind of a foregone conclusion, but the margin speaks volumes in terms of the kind of springboard this mandate has given Priyanka, who's making her electoral debut in politics this time. And she has exceeded the margin of Rahul Gandhi. As we speak, she is nearly 6 lakh. She's leading with the margin of nearly 6 lakh votes. The second and third, the UDF and the LDF candidates, the NDA candidates are at a distant second and third with 1.95 lakhs and little over a lakh in the case of the NDA candidate. And the Congress is quite ecstatic about this, and they look at it in a different way. They say, while another Gandhi family member has now been elected from the south after Rahul Gandhi moved to Raebareli, this would also, they say, catapult Priyanka Gandhi to be a strong woman voice for the Congress in the parliament. They say she'll be articulate both in Hindi and English, and she'll be a good bet to take on the BJP, as they say. Many Congress leaders also look as a slice of Indira Gandhi in Priyanka Gandhi, and that way they say, besides her performance and tackling of the issues in the parliament, they hope she would also be able to spend considerable time working on the organizational challenges of the Congress. They look at Rahul Gandhi as a kind of a mass leader who likes traveling across the country and emerging as a people's leader, listening to people, understanding their problems. And they look at Priyanka with the strength to fix the organizational challenges of the Congress in a bid to strengthen the party and take on the BJP in a more effective way. And they hope she'll spend more time working with the AICC leaders and taking on the challenges. But as an MP of Wayanad, the larger challenge could be also to spend enough quality time as an MP in Wayanad, as the criticism against her during the campaign by both the BJP and the left was that she could be an outsider. She is an outsider, she could continue to be an outsider, and she could abandon the constitution. So she has to disprove that and live up to this mandate she has won. So that's a big challenge for her. But certainly for the Congress, which lost Maharashtra, here is something big to be happy about.
Some solace for the Congress party, and more they are consolidating in South, whereas in North India and West India, now we are seeing a complete decimation of the Congress party. Gurpreet Cheena also joins us. We'll talk about Punjab in just a short while. Gurpreet, just give me a moment. Let me introduce my guest. Sajjan Kumar is joining us at this moment. He's a political analyst. Mr. Brij Mohan Srivastava, National General Secretary of the NCP. Ajit Pawar faction is also with us. Subhashini Yadav, spokesperson of the Congress party, is with us at this moment also. Thank you. Mayank ji is also with us at this moment, our in-house political expert. Mayank ji, the Congress party, like I said, more and more relegated just to the south of India.
South or Wayanad?
South. Also, right now Telangana and the Karnataka is with them. They won all the 3 bypolls in Karnataka. But the fact remains, if you look at and analyze the numbers like you have been doing, even in terms of the vote percentage, this is warning bells for the Congress party after Hindi heartland states in Maharashtra as well. Maharashtra, though the Congress has not been able to perform like they used to at one point of time in the dominance of the 80s, but even then, the Congress party had pockets of massive influence. They have been decimated in those pockets as well.
And we have discussed this before, and not in the studio and outside of it. Case of misplaced priority, and we have discussed this. Congress party gave everything in Wayanad and left everything else. See, in Jharkhand, all big leaders of Congress put together held 11 rallies. And I think they held very few rallies in Maharashtra also.
Yes.
And we had discussed this. What is Congress's priority? See, Maharashtra is one state where Congress has always been very strong. Even till late as 2024 Lok Sabha election, they had 16% vote share, despite contesting fewer number of seats. But now they are reduced to just 10% vote. Just 10%, which is less than all 5 major parties. Less than BJP, less than both the factions of NDTV.
So of the 6 major parties, Congress has the
vote share is, in terms of vote share. Even though Congress contested more than 100 seats. So this is stunning reversal or stunning rejection of the Congress.
Would you attribute that largely to the way the performance of the Mahavikas Aghadi has been, the Congress party not being...
Congress has pulled everybody down. Congress has let its allies down. Maharashtra is rejection of Congress. It has never happened before. Maharashtra is rejection, and because of negativity around Congress, everybody else fell.
Let me just to ponder on this point further. Subhashini ji, Rahul Gandhi, like Mayank ji was making a point. Rahul Gandhi held 8 rallies in the state of Maharashtra. Was an important state. After Haryana, people were thinking that there will be a renewed Congress which will try and pull its weight as far as Maharashtra is concerned. 8 rallies, 2 of them were closed-door Samvidhan Sabhas. Has the Congress party in fact relied too much upon the narrative that they had 5 months back in the Lok Sabha election, not been able to reinvent itself, and the BJP has learned from what happened in 2024 Lok Sabha and has completely decimated the Congress party? The situation is that none of the opposition would not even have a leader of opposition in the Assembly of Maharashtra.
Certainly we are a bit disappointed with the results which has come out in Maharashtra. This is not what we were expecting. Why? Because as you just mentioned, there were a lot of rallies, programs, and I myself was there during the Samvidhan Sammelans. I am one of the organizers for them. We got the support of the people. And it was a narrative set by BJP that they will be changing the constitution, and their leaders used to say during the general election, and they themselves took this back and they took their nara back, ab ki baar 400 par. It was the reason why, because there was a threat to constitution. Our leader Rahul Gandhi ji is adamant to safeguard the constitution, and he has taken this promise that whether his life is there or not, but he will be protecting the constitution. It's not about how it has worked amongst the people in Maharashtra or anywhere else. It's about when we were on the ground, people supported us. They were organic people who attended our programs. We did not manage anything like how we saw a few days ago. The people of Maharashtra, BJP Maharashtra leaders were distributing money. So we were not managing things. We were fighting on the ground. Now, whatever the results have come, with due respect, we accept this and we are disappointed. We will get back to the drawing board and we will check whether where we have not, fulfilled the gaps, and we will again come back.
Your own supporters,
definitely
even for your own supporters, your party cadre,
not every...
After Haryana, much more would have been expected from the Congress party. I mean, you are saying, all those factors, money and all. People have answered that. People have answered those questions. Is it time for the Congress party just not to go back to the drawing board, but also to think how they want to lead, the kind of issues they want to pick up?
I would like to intercept in this, that it is not like that it has not worked. You never know what changed the tide. There was, your media channels were showing that we are winning Haryana. Till last minute, the media channels were showing till yesterday we were neck to neck. We also rely on the surveys, the same survey which you conduct amongst the people. The party also rely on those surveys.
But whatever the elections are not fought in the television studios, they are fought on the ground. At this moment, it seems that on the ground, the people of Maharashtra has completely rejected you. I'm just going to come back to you.
I gave my view on that.
I agree with you.
I gave my view on that. We fought the elections on the ground. We went to the people, and the people, wherever we went, people were supporting us. People said that we are going to change this government. If something has happened, of course we will sit and look into this. I am accepting the defeat. I am not saying that we are not accepting
that Maharashtra
it.
has not seen in a very, very long time.
Absolutely.
Gurpreet, our colleague, is also joining us. Maria joins me at this moment as well. Gurpreet, very quickly, a word on Punjab. Aam Aadmi Party leading on 3, Congress on 1. There also the incumbent, and it was also a prestige battle for Bhagwant Mann. A lot of questions were asked about his leadership. For the Aam Aadmi Party, this will be, and especially for the Chief Minister, some sort of vindication, isn't it?
Well, yes, of course, in Punjab we have seen crucial 4 bypolls are happening, and if we can talk about Aam Aadmi Party, in 2 bypolls they have already been won the election, and now in the 3rd election from where we are reporting at this point of time, showing these visuals from the Giddarbah, where we can see that a huge number of the supporters from Aam Aadmi Party, they have already been reached here, and we are joining us son of Dimpy Dhillon, who is the candidate from Aam Aadmi Party, who is winning at this point of time. How do you see this victory in Giddarbah? Because before that we have seen Congress bastion here, and before the Congress it was the Akali bastion here. So now Aam Aadmi Party is able to make base here. How do you see this victory?
First of all, I would like to thank the people of Giddarbah who have made us win today in a huge margin, with a huge margin, and the people who call themselves like the upcoming CM, like our opposition of Congress used to call himself the upcoming CM.
You are talking about the Congress chief Amrinder Singh Raja?
Yeah. In his own mind, he was the upcoming CM. But now that wishes are gone. So I would just like to say this.
Your Dadiji has also made an appeal to the people of this constituency, and that was very emotional appeal when she was talking to her. Do you think that has also worked in the emotions of this election?
For sure, like my grandmother was very emotional in this election, because for the last 2 times we were defeated, and she was very emotional when she campaigned in the city. But finally God has listened to us today, and it's a very blissful day, and yeah.
So thank you so much for talking to NDTV. So once I'll request my Vijay to just show all these visuals from the ground, what is happening at this point of time. We can see huge number of Aam Aadmi supporters. They have already started celebrating the victory from Giddarbah, and somewhere down the lane what we have learned, Aam Aadmi Party says it seems the people had again given mandate, because out of 4 bypolls, 3 of bypolls, Aam Aadmi Party is able to win from the various constituencies, and 1 Barnala seat.
Right.
Yes, we are shifting focus now from Punjab to Maharashtra, and we have a newsmaker joining us. Naresh Arora was the strategist of Ajit Pawar. Mr. Arora, congratulations on what will be seen as an election which has settled the NCP debate. Which way is NCP heading? It is Ajit Pawar who will be carrying forward the mantle of the party.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you so much. I don't know about that settlement, because elections do keep coming back in circles. But yes, for now, this round has gone to the Ajit Pawar faction.
Naresh, hi Ankit this side. I just wanted to ask you, I remember one interview I read about, I was seeing somewhere, and you said it is a change Ajit Pawar. In 5 months, whatever happened in Lok Sabha, forget that. It's a change Ajit Pawar. I have taught him how to smile. He's smiling more little these days, and pink is going to work. So Ladki Behna, pink and Ajit Pawar, finally your strategy coming through.
First of all, Ankit, thank you for noticing the interviews I have given, but I never said that I have made him smile. It's just that he has not been visibly smiling. So this time round, he was visibly smiling. He could be seen around smiling. And regarding the color pink, we would wanting that NCP needs to have a distinct identity apart from this, the bloating clutter of the colors that they are already there with the 6 parties in Maharashtra. So they needed to stand out, and with the Ladki Behan Yojana coming in, the kind of scheme that it was connecting with the women household and women folk force, so it was required something which could give them a presence for which they could just feel that there is a happiness in their camp rather than the gloom of the Lok Sabha results.
But Naresh, the question here is that in terms of strike rate, of course, the NCP within the Mahayuti is done really well, and it would be seen as cohesive, fight where all the 3 alliance partners came all guns blazing. I mean, all the cylinders firing here. What do you think changed in the last 5 months from a party which received a debilitating blow at the hands of Sharad Pawar to now, where the strike rate of NCP, Ajit Pawar is much better, much better than NCP
Over
Sharad Pawar.
60%.
Over 60%.
Yeah, of course, Maria, they are going to be nearing 70%. There are a couple of seats which we are on very tight trail at the moment, but I think they'll also come through, so we'll be touching some 40 seats. Regarding the changes in the 5 months, what I would say is that the first was a realization that they need to pull up their socks. Because till now, I think the way NCP functions for the last 25 years, they have been winning in their own bastions, and there has never been a requirement for them to work as a party. So another thing was that Mr. Sharad Pawar used to play the role of that vote getter. He was the one who used to be the public face, and Mr. Ajit Pawar was the one who was running the administration, and he runs the administration so efficiently that even his critics approve of his administrative skills. And if you talk to any bureaucratic setup, they will also have the same words for him. So Mr. Ajit Pawar was to realize that his role has changed now. He needs to function as a party president and not just as a deputy chief minister. He enjoys the role of being an administrator very much, but he had to come out of his comfort zone, which he did. And another thing which people have not been knowing about it, that Mr. Ajit Pawar is a very hard-working politician who gets up at 5 o'clock, starts meeting people at 6 o'clock, but has never been doing it in a way that people would be seeing it, that, okay, fine, this is one mass leader. So once he realized that there is a change of role required, and he came into his own, the Jan Samman Yatra, the adoring of the pink color, and of course the big smile, which is now, again, I think the bigger one has been pasted on his face today after the results. But these all things work together, and then there was the concentrated approach towards the number of seats to contest, because generally the jostling and the tug of war among the alliance partners always that who will get more seats to contest. So my role here was the first thing, that they should be contesting the seats which are in winning distance, where we have a winning shot, because the numbers today are going to matter, not the numbers on the day the tickets were announced. Once that was clear, then the candidates were worked upon, the right candidate selection happened. He did give in to he had to give up, I should say that he gave up a couple of candidates with whom he had emotions attached, because he could see that they might not be able to make through. Right. So some tough decisions on the course, hard work which he showed on the ground, and it motivated his candidates as well, because when the Lok Sabha results were out, I remember my conversations with the MLAs that how were they feeling at that point in time. And 4 months down the line, once the elections were announced for Vidhan Sabha, the mood was completely different. And confidence is a big thing in politics, that how you think that how are you going to make it or you're not going to make it. There are certain candidates who are not even willing to contest at one point in time. And now today they are winning by 28 or 30,000 votes. So this is the kind of confidence that came back. The party worked unitedly. The presence was felt. The campaign was, by all accounts, I would say, on a positive note.
More or less,
and
of course,
one major change
factors
from Lok Sabha
coming together to make that kind of victory. But Naresh, very interestingly, like you were saying, how in 5 months, you've been able to bounce back, recreate the whole image and the way things were functioning. But can I ask you, because interestingly, you worked at some point of time with the Congress party as well. Where did the Congress party and the opposition fail? Were they not able to answer the narratives that you and the Mahajuti was able to create?
And was it them holding on to an old narrative? I mean, Constitution khatre mein hai, may have worked in the Lok Sabha, but how does it work in a state election? That narrative of caste census, it may have worked in the Lok Sabha, it did not work this time around. Or do you think their strategy was wrong from the word go? Or there was too much of confidence, I mean overconfidence as we keep talking about, or complacency?
I should not be commenting on their strategy now that I'm not working with them, but because this question has been asked and I am on the opposite side, what I see is that they were complacent to start with. After the Lok Sabha, they thought it was a done deal. And based on that, I could see that in the last 5 months, the playground was left open for the youth players to have a field day. And Congress or their alliance partners came to the playground very late in the game. By then, I think the match was already over. The Ladki Bahin Yojana had penetrated and disseminated in the way that they could not have an answer to it. With the Ladki Bahin Yojana also, they were very confused. Initially, they opposed. Then they said that this will not be coming again. This will be just one installment thing. Then they said that they are doing just for elections. So they were not clear that how to first of all react and then to set their own narrative. And by the time they decided to have their own narrative, there was just 20 or 18 or 20 days to polling, which is very little time for any narrative to come along. And yes, the constitution narrative or other such narratives were not holding ground, especially because the elections are localized. And in our party, we try to localize elections as much as possible with the local manifestos, etc., so that we can see that the narrative is specific to the constituency and the candidate, and not if anything negative comes around, we can be able to hold our fort.
So are you giving, many are saying that one singular factor which dominated this election and is responsible for this kind of landslide for the Mahayuti is Ladki Bahin. And the fact that there was DBT, direct benefit, which happened to most of these women across Maharashtra. So they had tried that party, and that is the reason why they went ahead with it. How much of Ladki Bahin was the factor in this election for this kind of victory, Mr. Arora?
Oh, definitely. Ladki Bahin is the clear runaway winner. And I think if opposition, what they tried to do with Ladki Bahin was something they should have considered, that they have been implementing such kind of guarantees or schemes in their own states as well. So to criticize them, they should have thought about it twice. Because if the schemes are getting implemented and there are electoral benefits or political dividends that the party is reaping, they should have thought twice before criticizing it. First they said that it is going to be withdrawn, then they said this is buying of votes, then they said this is the multiple installments not going to come in. And credit to Mr. Ajit Pawar and the UT partners that they were able to, disburse 5 installments of it, which lent credibility that this scheme is there to stay, number one. Number two, with the Ladki Bahin Yojana, the schemes don't win elections on their own, and the governments don't win elections. It is the parties who take those schemes to the voters, and in a cluttered political space as cluttered as Maharashtra with 6 symbols on display, it was very difficult, I can tell you, for the ladies to understand that which symbol they need to press, because they were going to vote for Ladki Bahin Yojana, that was a given. But which symbol to go and press, for that the credit should be given to all political parties of the alliance, that they were able to convey to the voters.
I think that's the central pivot around which a lot of other strategies also came through, the micromanagement, as Mr. Arora was also telling us. Thank you so much. Naresh Arora, thank you so much. Congratulations today. You and the party that you're working at this moment, the leader you're working at this moment, are one of the big winners of this election in Maharashtra. Thank you for joining us here on NDTV. Maria, very interesting. Like we were talking about the Ladki Bahin Yojana, it almost now has become like some sort of a textbook case for any incumbent government.
And huge recall value. Across Maharashtra, there were huge posters, be it of the BJP, be it of Ajit Pawar's NCP, or of Shiv Sena. Everybody had 1500 rupees and the party symbol and the faces. Because they understood, if the pink voters, the women voters come out in their favor, the X factor are the women voters. Let's not forget, it's the same Maya Samman, which has actually got Hemant Soren that victory, that emphatic victory in Jharkhand.
And Sajjan Kumar, let me bring you in on this. We've seen a jump in the women voters in Maharashtra. We've seen that same in Jharkhand. And just go back, Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal for Mamata Banerjee.
Nitish Kumar Bihar.
Nitish Kumar. Women voter now is
and Prime Minister Modi.
Prime Minister Modi from 2014, we have seen a concerted effort to cultivate women as a vote bank. Which cuts across religion, which cuts across your caste, arithmetic, which cuts across everything, which is paying dividends specifically for the incumbents.
So if you see the shift, what happens that when we analyze it during the elections, we tend to treat voters as either community or as farmers, as women, as youth. What happens that voting is decided at the household level. And in household level, who is the pull factor? Is it going to be the women? Is it going to be some patriarch, male elderly men? So we have seen in the case of Madhya Pradesh, 6 months before the assembly election, there was perceived anti-incumbency and criticism against Shivraj Singh Chauhan. But come closer the election, not only the women became the pull factor, they also ended up pulling in many of the male households, along. So the same thing happened in the case of Maharashtra, because the extent of victory clearly indicates that women did not just voted more for Mahayuti, but they also influenced the voting behavior within their household of the male members.
Maria has to go, but before Maria leaves, let me ask you this. In a way, this election result, and Subhashini, I'm just coming to you, in a way, this election result once again reinforces the fact that whether it's the 2024 Lok Sabha election was indeed an aberration.
Yes.
And the BJP has the ability to learn and bounce back, something that we are at this moment not seeing in the opposition parties, especially the key opposition party, that is the Congress.
Yes, absolutely. BJP knows how to do course correction because they have the nuts and bolts of party which works on the ground. They get feedback from the ground. These are netas which are not parachuting in and out of Delhi.
Yeah.
They believe in issues which will resonate with the Janta. And I think welfareism, yes, but that faith that here is Prime Minister Modi at the center and a BJP plus government in Maharashtra which can ensure double engine.
Yeah.
So, across Maharashtra, what was palpable there was, Ankit, stability.
Yeah.
Buzzword was stability, a government that will complete 5 years in office. They had this faith that Prime Minister Modi's governance model will ensure that there is infrastructure projects in urban centers,
yes,
and the concerns, be it of farmers, be it of women, and of various voting blocks are addressed. And what added was Eknath Shinde, almost like a pepper on this cherry on the cake, I would say, where he ensured that the Maratha constituency, because he himself was a Maratha, a Maratha addressed the concerns of the Maratha constituency and completely neutralized that entire talk of the Maratha agitation.
The Marathi Manus that the Shiv Sena stood on, that pillar, has been completely taken off under the feet of Uddhav Thackeray, even in a Worli seat where there is a concentration of a large Marathi-speaking population. Aditya Thackeray is finding it very tough. I mean, last I checked, he was trailing by about 600 votes. I have to take a very quick break. Subhashini ji, I just need a moment from you. Once I come back from this break, okay, she's left. Tough day for the Congress party, but let me say, Jharkhand also, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, Maharashtra, of course, a victory of mammoth proportions. But in an 81-member assembly, Hemant Soren is making a comeback with 56 members at this moment. And that's also a huge victory.
But that is also because of Hemant Soren and JMM, not as much as the Congress party.
Sure, but so it also tells you the bigger narrative of 2024 as we end the last result day of 2024. Don't count the regional satraps out yet. It's not all done and dusted. Like after 2024 election, people started saying it's once again going back to the bipolarity. Congress will need to pull up its socks much more before we can once again have that kind of bipolarity in elections of India. Quick break. We are coming back. Stay tuned. Our coverage continues.
Rangila with Motorola's incredible range of smartphones. Hello, Moto.
आपने सोमानी का नया रोल देखा? वही स्टाइल और रेंज सोमानी बाथवेयर में भी। सोमानी बाथवेयर।
Catch the next Indian icons. B6E and XEV90. Mahindra's electric origin SUVs at Unlimit India on the 26th of November at 6 p.m.
We have Kirloskar brothers at our earlier plants. What would your preference be this time?
Only Kirloskar brothers.
पापा, सिर्फ किर्लोस्कर ब्रदर्स ही क्यों?
यही सवाल मैंने भी तुम्हारे दादाजी से पूछा।
बाबूजी, किर्लोस्कर क्यों?
क्योंकि किर्लोस्कर ब्रदर्स है।
सदियों से भारत का भरोसा, किर्लोस्कर ब्रदर्स लिमिटेड। Being real suits you. Wedding collection by Blackberries.
भाई इतनी बड़ी टाइल,
इतनी बड़ी बड़ी हिट्स आप लोगों ने मुझे दी हैं। टाइल्स तो बड़े होने चाहिए। सुमानी मैक्स टाइल्स, टाइलों का सबसे बड़ा भाई। सुमानी मैक्स टाइल्स, जमीन से जुड़े।
Welcome back. The big result day here on NDTV. Two important state elections ending the election cycle of 2024. Maharashtra and Jharkhand, where Maharashtra and Jharkhand both have given a very clear, emphatic mandate, a tsunami for the Mahayuti in Maharashtra and a fantastic wave for Hemant Soren in Jharkhand as well. 56 seats out of 81 assembly and 230 is where the Mahayuti is sitting. BJP clocking in their best ever performance in the state of Maharashtra. Their strike rate almost touching 80% if I'm not mistaken at this moment. Brij Mohan Shrivastava also joins us, National General Secretary of the NCP Ajit Pawar. Mr. Shrivastava, does this now settle the debate over the nephew and uncle tussle? Who has the real NCP? Now Ajit Pawar can go out and claim NCP is his.
Actually, no need to claim now, because the Election Commission of India already recognized us as a Nationalist Congress party, headed by Ajit Pawar ji and headed by the working president Praful Patel Sahab. So it's very loud and clear. But no doubt, this time the peoples have given us mandate and they have clearly announced that the real NCP is run by the Ajit Dada Pawar. And this election has also given a clear-cut mandate to the Mahayuti leadership that work for Maharashtra and keep all promises, whatever we have done with the peoples, should be work for them to get the result of the promises. And on behalf of through your channel, I want to assure the voter of Maharashtra that whatever they have given us, we are very thankful to them. And humbly we say, want to pay the respect to the voters that they have recognized our leadership for serving the people of Maharashtra.
Shrivastava ji, let me ask you this as well. Now, of course, there will be all talks about a government formation. Ajit Dada Pawar always wanted to become the chief minister, still harboring that dream, but has been the perpetual deputy chief minister of Maharashtra. So, chhati baar bhi are we going to see him as the deputy chief minister? Because with these numbers, the bargaining power of both the Shinde Sena and Mr. Ajit Pawar is considerably less with the BJP. Unke khud ke paas 127-128 vidhayak hai. So, your bargaining power is less. Does this mean that Ajit Pawar will settle to a comfortable deputy chief minister, sir, in the new government formation?
Actually, I am not agree with his word bargaining. There is no bargaining actually. We are the united force as a Mahayuti party. So we do not bargain each other. Our leadership will decide the total. All our MLAs will decide. They will sit together, and the parliamentary board of all the parties will sit together, and they will decide who is the right person for this time for Maharashtra. Because the selection of chief minister doesn't it is not limited to the number of MLAs. It's the leadership also minutely analyze the political need of the state also. So,
श्रीवास्तव साहब, एक सवाल मैं आपसे और पूछना चाहूंगा. इस रिजल्ट के बाद क्या अजीत पवार जी कोशिश करेंगे शरद पवार जी वे भी साथ में आ जाएं? उनके लिए अभी भी कुछ रास्ते खुले हुए हैं, या फिर उनके जो एमएलएज हैं 12-14 जो एमएलए हैं उनको तोड़कर अपने साथ लेके आने की कोशिश, या उनके लिए रास्ता खुला हुआ है, उनके लिए कम से कम दरवाजा खुला हुआ है अगर शरद पवार जी की पार्टी से कुछ एमएलएज आपकी तरफ आना चाहें तो?
देखिए, मैं एनडीए और महायुति की ओर से एक बात बहुत स्पष्ट करना चाहता हूं. कोई भी व्यक्ति जो महाराष्ट्र के विकास के लिए महाराष्ट्र की सरकार के साथ या महायुति की सरकार के साथ काम करना चाहता है, ऐसे किसी भी व्यक्ति का हम लोग स्वागत भी करेंगे, सम्मान भी करेंगे, क्योंकि ये जो जीत हुई है, ये जीत निश्चित रूप से महायुति के नेतृत्व की हुई है, लेकिन हमारा कमिटमेंट पूरी महाराष्ट्र की जनता के लिए है और इतने बड़े विशाल प्रदेश के लिए हम सब लोगों को मिलजुल कर जब तक हम काम नहीं करेंगे, तब तक हम महाराष्ट्र को देश के सबसे बेहतरीन राज्यों में से एक नहीं बना पाएंगे, जिसको हम लोग जानते हैं। तो अगर कोई भी साथ देना चाहता है, कोई भी काम करना चाहता है हमारे पार्टी प्रोग्राम को लेकर, जो सरकार की नीतियां उनके लिए अगर कोई भी समर्थन देगा, तो हम लोग निश्चित रूप से उसको स्वीकार करेंगे।
Okay. Technically, if you look at these numbers, and Sajan, if I may bring you in, the BJP technically, can in fact form the government on its own as well with the help of some independents, because they are at this moment at 130. 55 for Mr. Shinde, and if I'm not mistaken, some 38 or something, 39 for the Ajit Pawar faction of the NCP at this moment. So the bargaining power goes less, and B, with this kind of mandate, there is zero doubt that the BJP will have its own chief minister. I mean, it's not going to be allies dictating the terms at all.
Not only that, in fact, it would be very difficult for Eknath Shinde to, insist that he should be the chief minister. He should continue as the chief minister, because the kind of mandate BJP has got. Now, see the permutation and combination just for the, hypothetically. Uddhav comes in, BJP forms the government minus Ajit Pawar, minus Shinde. Ajit Pawar just retains, comes with the BJP, BJP forms the government. BJP manages some independent and here and there pulls through, it forms the government. So that way BJP has. But the real question is, one, at this point of time, the kind of mandate is there, the kind of social ambience by Jarange Patil factors, Sharad Pawar factors, etc., though it has been decimated. But I think BJP would be quite careful at this moment to carry everyone along and try for some internal adjustment, despite the fact that they can go alone at this juncture.
I'm sure. Because the mandate is for the Mahajuti. Of course, the BJP is the biggest component of the Mahajuti. They have performed exceedingly well. For 149 have at this moment leading on 130. It's remarkable strike
Remarkable,
rate.
but also do not forget that Ladki Bahan Yojana, if that is the X factor and game changer, then despite the lesser performance, Eknath Shinde has to be credited, because he was the one, not only he was the one who insisted for its implementation, while the report goes that Ajit Pawar was not very keen on that.
Right. One factor is that, but let me also ask you this, larger ramifications or indications of this result, both Jharkhand and of course Maharashtra. Are we back nationally to the 2019 Lok Sabha position? The realization that 99 for the Congress party is only 99, it's not 199 or 272, and for the BJP, the 240 at this moment will at least be weighed over 272 of their own.
Exactly, and decisively, if you see the implications, it seems as if 2024 Lok Sabha verdict, which was a dashing hope for BJP, was an aberration, because in terms of the narrative wherein Congress had started acting as if it has the mandate to insist on policy direction, certainly has taken a setback after Haryana Assembly election. Then comes Maharashtra. Certainly it is going to further kind of augment the policy direction which the BJP government at the center would like to have. It will also have its implications on the Nitish Kumar and Chandrababu Naidu, who would like to have a better pedestal in their respective home state, while at the center they would be giving free hand to the BJP government. Also, it will have the implication on all the leadership transition debate that was taking place as a subtext within the BJP. So that way you see, from everything in terms of the policy direction, Congress is further demoralized, and I think that will be reflected in the parliament session that is about to begin, and policy direction will go the BJP's way.
If you leave the southern states, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, of course, they are in government with an alliance, but Karnataka and Telangana, the Congress party still, despite the fillip that they got after the 2024 Lok Sabha election, is finding it extremely tough to take on the BJP on its own, and it's dependent largely on the alliance partners for its performance, whether it's Jammu and Kashmir or now in this case Jharkhand. So the Congress dependence on Jharkhand, their bargaining power with their allies goes further down, with the BJP in fact coming on its own, and its bargaining power even at the center with its allies will significantly rise after these results. Let's very quickly also bring you some reports that are colleagues have sent from various bypolls. Interesting, because these bypolls are also sending out a message, ladies and gentlemen, in those particular states for the ruling alliances. In Punjab bypolls, 4 assembly constituencies, the Aam Aadmi Party is in fact leading on 3. And after the disastrous performance of the Aam Aadmi Party in the Lok Sabha elections, it was a very important election for Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann.
In Giderba bypolls, we have seen it was one of the hot seats where there was 3 corner contest, and we have seen Aam Aadmi Party was able to win this seat from the Giderba, and it's the mandate from the people of Punjab to Aam Aadmi Party in Giderba constituency. We can see these visuals here that how this victory is being celebrated by the supporters of Dimpy Dhillon, Hardeep Singh Dhillon, who had contested election from Aam Aadmi Party. He was earlier contesting from Akali Dal, and here in Giderba we have seen high stake battle was between Aam Aadmi Party, BJP and Congress also. From Congress we have seen that there was a high stake battle which was going on there. One side we have seen Congress chief Amrinder Singh Rajawarding. He was one who was his wife was contesting from here. At the same time, what we have seen from the BJP, the former finance minister, he was contesting from Giderba. So as of now, what we are showing from the ground, how this victory is being celebrated by the supporter of Aam Aadmi Party on the dole beats. They are also celebrating this huge victory here in Giderba. So as of now, what we can understand, the party was able to maintain its own mandate in the people of Punjab. If we can talk about bypolls which are happening in the state of Punjab, and specifically from Giderba, what we have seen, the Aam Aadmi Party is able to make a historic victory from this seat. With Vijay Rajesh Kumar, this is Gupta Singh Chitna.
Okay, let me very quickly take you to Maharashtra, where one of the big winners today, Devendra Fadnavis, the man who could be the next chief minister, is speaking at this moment.
त्या फेक नरेटिव्हच्या विरोधात लढणाऱ्या ज्या वेगवेगळ्या संघटना आहेत राष्ट्रीय विचारांच्या, त्या संघटनांचा विजय आहे. आणि विशेषतः जे मतांचं ध्रुवीकरण करण्याचा प्रयत्न या महाराष्ट्रामध्ये महाविकास आघाडीने केला होता, त्याच्या विरोधात लोकांमध्ये जनजागृती करणारे आमचे विविध पंथांचे जे संत आहेत, त्यांचा देखील हा विजय आहे की ज्यांनी महाराष्ट्राला एक ठेवलाय. अशा सगळ्यांचा हा खऱ्या अर्थानं विजय आहे. गावामध्ये, पाड्यामध्ये, तांड्यामध्ये, वाडीमध्ये, वस्त्यांमध्ये सगळीकडे जाऊन ज्यांनी हा अलख जगवला त्यांचा विजय आहे. आणि खऱ्या अर्थानं महाराष्ट्रातले आमचे महायुतीचे जे लाखो कार्यकर्ते आहेत, या कार्यकर्त्यांचा विजय आहे. माननीय मुख्यमंत्री एकनाथराव शिंदेजी, मी, अजितदादा, आमचे रामदास आठवलेजी, आमचे सगळे मित्रपक्ष, आमच्या एकजुटीचा हा विजय आहे. त्याच्यामुळे मला असं वाटतं की प्रचंड मोठा अशा प्रकारचा विजय आज मिळालेला आहे. या निमित्ताने मी निश्चितपणे आमच्या देशाचे गृहमंत्री अमितभाई शहा यांचे देखील मनापासून आभार मानतो की आमच्या कार्यकर्त्यांमध्ये ऊर्जा भरली.
He was here to instill a lot of energy in all our volunteers.
आमचे राजनाथ सिंह जी असतील, नितीन गडकरी जी
Not
असतील,
just him, Rajnath Singh, Nitin Gadkari, all the national leaders
अतिशय चांगल्या प्रकारे मार्गदर्शन केलं.
helped us a lot throughout this process.
या ठिकाणी आमच्या महाराष्ट्रामध्ये पियुष जी असतील, भूपेंद्र जी असतील, आमचे सगळे
Especially Maharashtra, Mr. Bhupendra, Piyush, Goyal sir, all of them were very instrumental in getting all of the volunteers together and helping us win the election.
आम्ही नतमस्तक आहोत. याच्यापेक्षा जास्त आज
I bow down in front of my voters.
अक्षरशः साष्टांग दंडवत महाराष्ट्राच्या जनतेला, ज्या महाराष्ट्राच्या जनतेने हे प्रेम दिलेलं आहे. आणि मला असं वाटतं की
I bow down to the people of Maharashtra who have showered us with so much of love.
त्या प्रचाराला महाराष्ट्राच्या जनतेने आपल्या कृतीतून उत्तर दिलेलं आहे. आणि म्हणून अशा जनतेने
We tried to run a lot of negative campaigning, but the people of Maharashtra gave an answer to them through their actions through the ballot paper.
की आम्ही आधुनिक अभिमन्यू आहोत, आम्ही चक्रव्यूह तोडून दाखवू. तो चक्रव्यूह तुटलेला आहे आणि
Right to put in a chakravyuh for us, but we are the moral Abhimanyu. We know how to break the chakravyuh.
आज महाराष्ट्र की जनता ने जो अप्रत्याशित इस प्रकार की जीत हमको दी है, इससे ये बात पूरी तरीके से स्थापित होती है कि महाराष्ट्र ये प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी के पीछे है और मोदी जी ने जो नारा दिया था, एक है तो सेफ है, इस नारे को यथार्थ में लाते हुए महाराष्ट्र के सभी समाज के सभी लोगों ने एकता दिखाते हुए महाराष्ट्र में मतदान किया है और इसके कारण ये इतनी अच्छी जीत हमको मिली है। मैं विशेष रूप से हमारे लाडली बहनों का, लाडले भाइयों का, लाडले किसानों का, सभी का बहुत आभार व्यक्त करना चाहता हूँ। लाडली बहनों ने तो बहुत आशीर्वाद हमको दिया है, जिसके कारण हम लोग निश्चित रूप से एक अच्छा विजय यहाँ पर संपन्न कर पाए। इसके साथ साथ लोकसभा में जिस फेक नैरेटिव को तैयार किया गया था और यहाँ पर जिन ताकतों ने अराजकता के माध्यम से फेक नैरेटिव को परकोलेट किया था, उनके खिलाफ लड़ने वाली सारी जो राष्ट्रीय ताकतें थी, जो राष्ट्रवादी विचारों की जितनी हमारी ताकतें थी, वो सारी ताकतों ने मैदान में उतरकर उस फेक नैरेटिव को समाप्त कर दिया। इसलिए उन सभी संगठनों का भी मैं आभार व्यक्त करता हूं जिन्होंने ये करके दिखाया। साथ साथ महाराष्ट्र में जो पोलराइजेशन का प्रयास किया गया था और किसी जाति विशेष, धर्म विशेष को, एक धर्म विशेष को पोलराइज करने का जो प्रयास किया गया था, मुझे लगता है वो प्रयास सफल नहीं हुआ, क्योंकि महाराष्ट्र में एक बहुत बड़ी परंपरा है, संतों की परंपरा है। इस परंपरा का निर्वाह करने वाले अलग अलग पंथों के जो हमारे सारे साधु संत हैं, उनका भी आशीर्वाद हमको मिला, जिन्होंने बिल्कुल गांव-गांव तक जाकर अलख जगाया और एक रहने का संदेश दिया, जिसके कारण मैं ऐसा मानता हूं कि एक बहुत अच्छा विजय हमको मिला है। विशेष रूप से हमारे मुख्यमंत्री एकनाथ शिंदे जी